There have been 109 Disney Channel original movies. You've seen them, you love them. But do you love them all equally? Is Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior better than Johnny Tsunami? Which High School Musical is the definitive High School Musical? And did we really need a second Camp Rock? Join us on this episode of Please Leave by 9 as we rank the best Disney Channel original movies. 3, 4, 5, we're live.
Oh my gosh.
And there's
Okay.
popcorn
I'm trying to find ground turkey on sale.
Online?
On sale. Yeah, well, like on Instacart. It's not working. We can continue now.
All right. Welcome. Welcome to this week's show. And I am so excited, you guys. I don't know about you, but this was probably really enjoyable. This episode is going to be really fun because it is a tournament that we're participating in, but you listening, follow along, and basically fill in your own bracket as we go here. But I got to do it with my mom. And it was actually pretty fun because she had a lot of input. And can you guys tell everyone what we're doing?
We are
Fighting to the death.
That's it. That's exactly it. We're debating the Disney Channel original movies that we have all decided were like our favorites, and we're going to narrow it down to the top one that's the best Disney Channel original movie.
In our opinion.
No.
Not yours.
Not even.
I feel like we're gonna have pretty similar answers because we're all pretty similar.
So can we decide
agree.
it fact if we all agree?
If we all agree, then it's fact. It's not an opinion anymore.
I
You're right,
I
Anna.
personally ranked it on a few criteria. How nostalgic it was to me and my personal growth.
Love
how
that.
it has aged. How cute the boys are.
Oh, yes.
And the overarching theme.
I love that, Sarah. Can we carry that with us? And every bracket, we're going to go into that.
Yeah, good note. Good note.
We're going to go into that because I unknowingly picked up on some of the themes that you were talking about.
I didn't know
I
if like
totally
doing
did.
it based off the boys was cheating, but
I
that
already
is
know.
why my favorite movies are my favorite movies.
Awesome. Yeah, so there are around, I want to say 100 Disney Channel original movies. That's probably inaccurate, but it feels like 100. They've been going since like 1993 or 4, or maybe even 92. But they're still making them. They put the outputs a little less, obviously, now. But we grew up in the day and age where it was like the golden age of Disney Channel movies. So that's why this is such an important topic to us. And because of the accessibility of Disney Plus, now everyone else can watch them too. You don't have to wait till every other Thursday at 9 so-and-so play, or when they would replay them, and it was a big deal because that was the only time you got to see them.
I was shocked because in research and preparation, we went back and watched them, and I was like, "Oh, will Disney Channel have them?" But they're literally all of them are on
All
there.
of them.
Yes.
All on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So if you don't have Disney Plus, that sucks. Anyway, so go to Disney Channel Plus, go to the search bar, and then scroll down, and they have a whole box you can click on that says Disney Channel original movies, and they're all there, and it's beautiful. Yes. Daniel, do you have any experience with Disney Channel original movies?
No, not really. I wasn't really much of a Disney Channel kid, but I was aware of when the big old Disney Channel movies would come out, like High School Musical, Cheetah Girls. I am aware of the movies.
And that's what makes you a great referee for today.
I think we are gonna find like the timeline of Disney Channel original movies too, like from when they were the younger, like early 2000s, late 1990s, are different from
late 1900s.
late 1900s, and then like the golden era, like what you kind of said with what we grew up with. But I think we also had a lot of those like late or early 2000s movies too. And then after we kind of grew up, then it changed again for a different generation. And we have a little bit from all of them. I think we definitely have more from the golden age, because I went through through and found all the years for all the movies.
Oh, I love that. Thank you.
Yeah, and like when it got to like 2000, I want to say like 6 to 2009, we have like every movie in that section.
Wow.
Except the series movies.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, in this bracket, you will see in just a minute when we start the tournament, there are 32 movies in contention. Like I told you before, there's like a bunch of them, but we picked 32 because we don't have all day. We have things to do. So we picked the best of the best and some ones that aren't that great because I want, the other ones to look better. So you'll find out which ones those are in our talking points. But so far, I think these are probably the best of the best. Like these 32 are probably at least the most well-known or the highest rated. Because I did research as well too. I feel bad because during my research, there was other movies in there, like because they're like, oh, because you watched blank, here's the other ones. I feel bad. So honorable mentions at the end. I'll let you know what I felt bad about, but we'll get there when we get there. And if not, you can tell us what movie was your favorite if we never talked about it. So I'm sorry. But okay. All right, so with that, I'm going to share my screen. So here's the bracket. As we can see, it's very dense, very populated, but my favorite is I made a bronze match because I obviously want a third and a fourth place too. So that's in there also. So, all right. So are we ready to begin, you guys? Are you pumped? Are you rowdy?
I'm nervous.
Why?
I'm actually very upset with you, Tatiana, for making me do this.
That's true. Cheryl did send me some angry text messages. I apologize. I don't apologize. I'm sorry.
There are some of these that I can't believe you would ever make me choose between.
Yes. I also want to say this was randomly generated, but I think it knew because what it pit against each other was real intense. Like they were going for blood. They knew what they were doing. Yeah. And they generated this bracket randomly, but they knew. Okay, so here we go. Bracket number 1. Like I said, I'm going to do a quick synopsis and then Daniel will take it from there. Okay, so in bracket number 1, we have Camp Rock, which is about Demi Lovato's like first big movie. She was a teenage girl who desperately wants to go to summer camp, but it's a like rock and roll camp where they teach you how to sing and dance and do a bunch of stuff. When she meets Joe Jonas, who is a teen pop star, and then, things ensue, stuff happens. Do they end up together? I have no idea. Then we have the second movie, which is Gotta Kick It Up. And that is older. And that is a Southern California middle school that has a big Latin America student population, starts a dance team, a girls' dance team, and basically just their journey with their new dance coach, who's like a Juilliard trained white lady. And she teaches them, she finds the joy of dancing again with her new students. And has America Ferrera in it too, a young one. So, okay, so we have Camp Rock and Gotta Kick It Up. All right, whenever you're ready.
All right, I want a good, clean debate. Keep everything classy, keep everything polite. All right, we got 4 minutes, okay? Ready, set, go.
Camp Rock sucks.
Gotta Kick It Up.
I have to say Camp Rock isn't terrible. This is one of the brackets that is kind of a little bit harder for me because Camp Rock is kind of cute, but Mitchie, the main character that Demi Lovato plays, is a brat, and it's hard to get on board with her.
It is.
Gotta Kick It Up has that beautiful theme and is just amazing with, like, one of their main things is they chant Si Se Puede, which, like,
yes.
And that, I held on to that. Like, if we're talking about these, like, 4 things other than the cute boys, I held on to Si Se Puede my entire life.
It's funny you say that because I grew up saying Si Se Puede, but for different reasons. And when I met you and I said Si Se Puede, you were like, from Gotta Kick It Up. And I was like, no, but what is that?
But where I came from.
I watched it with my mom and we really enjoyed it. She being the Mexican, Spanish woman that she is, she liked it. Sure, our only contention is that Daisy, one of the characters in Gotta Kick It Up, She's the best dancer, but she's also a huge brat. But the good news is she has got a huge redemption arc, and she does everything right. You know, in those movies where you're like, do this, you have to do this, and they don't do it, and it just makes you so mad. You're like, you're throwing your life away. Well, Daisy did not do that, but she was still a brat in the very beginning.
Chewie is trash, and he's not a good boyfriend for girls to look up to.
No,
Chewie is trash.
And he's just like, I'll do a car wash, and then she's like, I love you again.
I was so confused about their relationship though. Yeah, because Chewie is like a dropout in high school, and she's in middle school,
and she listens to him.
Yeah, but it does come to the point where she's like, they do their thing, and she's like, I have to figure out like what I want to do with my life, and I can't like be regretting, which is a thing that comes from our coach. Also, another fun fact that puts this above Camp Rock is the coach is the woman who voices Meg from Hercules.
Yes, she was in Spirited Away and Hercules.
Also voicing that. Yeah, but I was like listening. I rewatched it and I was listening. I was like, why is her voice so familiar?
Okay.
So, the other thing from Camp Rock was Hasta La Vista. That song still slaps.
Oh, no. Actually, one of the best things about Camp Rock is normally in movies like that, at the end, I don't want to give it away too much, but normally they like...
No, this is full of spoilers.
There should
be a whole spoiler.
Okay. Normally in movies like that where there's like a competition and someone's been kicked out of the competition and performs anyways, they like break the rules and give it to the person who like wasn't supposed to be competing.
Nope, Mitchie should not have won, and she didn't, and that's good.
Exactly.
That is true. You're right. They went with a twist ending there. I also think the songs from Camp Rock are good.
Mom was like, I just want you to be able to go to this camp. And she's like, I'm embarrassed of you. But her mom is selfless and
her mom is cool.
She was begging to go to that camp in the first place. And then her mom finds a way to do it. And now she's like embarrassed. But yeah, so the only like redeeming things
is the final jam.
The final jam when
the music from Camp Rock still, like Sarah said, slaps. I still listen to some of the songs, like I don't know, they'll come on and I'm like, oh yeah, that's great.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but Tess Taylor, the character of Tess Taylor in Camp Rock is ridiculous, but I love it. Like, I love how ridiculous she is. You can't even take that seriously. Like, she can't bully you because she does not exist. She is not real. And her dance.
Nikki J was severely underused in Camp Rock, and Joe's hair, that was not the prime of Joe.
4 minutes is up. Debate time is over.
No, I think they were all unattractive in that.
100%.
I'm actually voting mostly against the movie based on their
okay. So what's our vote here?
It's got to kick it up.
It's got to kick it up.
Disagree on why we think that.
Okay.
No.
It's funny. It's like we're voting for Gotta Kick It Up because it's a good movie, but also because it's against Camp Rock.
I like Camp Rock for the most part. There's just
it's like we said, it's from that age where we grew up with it. It's still a classic. It's good. But like Sarah was saying in her criteria, does it hold up? I don't think it holds up now. I don't think you can play it. Unlike Gotta Kick It Up, you could play that for years.
One of the pros was introducing me, and then I realized that wasn't even in Camp Rock 1.
No,
I did not even include the second movie. Yeah. I didn't even include the second Camp Rock.
I gotta say, this is the first upset. I was expecting Camp Rock to go far.
Wow.
Look at us.
Were you familiar with Gotta Kick It Up though?
Me, not at all. No, this is the first time I'm hearing about this movie.
That's why you didn't, because Camp Rock is more of a name than Gotta Kick It Up. But for the people who know Gotta Kick It Up, like, it wins.
Yeah,
I'm just a filthy Disney Channel casual.
It definitely was a movie that had a lot more heart in it than the people. No offense, but the people who made Camp Rock. Camp Rock was just like something to fill time, but Gotta Kick It Up seemed like somebody's story that they wanted to tell.
Yes.
Kind of thing. Okay. Great, everybody. Good start. Bracket number 2. So this is Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century. I realized I spelled her name wrong. I just felt like it should have been an X. It's a Z. I know I got that. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. It's an inquisitive teenager finds herself involved with suspected dodgy dealings on her space station home and ends up being sent down to Earth. I mean, that's what I have here. So there's that's Xenon, and that's the first movie out of 3, right? Or 2?
3.
So that is the movie that started that small franchise right there.
Right.
Then we have Read It or Weep.
Disney movie to get a sequel.
First Disney movie to get a sequel, Xenon. So yeah.
Sequel.
So
Sequels.
the sequel. I love that. So we have Read It or Weep is going against it. It's a schoolgirl who's actually played by Kay Panabaker, and then her sister is in it. So both Panabaker sisters are in it. And if you don't know who they are, watch the movie. You'll know who they are. Basically, a private journal becomes a bestseller after the girl accidentally hands in as a homework assignment. So there's those two: Xenon Girl of the 21st Century and Read It and Weep.
All right. Ready, set, go.
Do we say it all at the same time, or
1, 2, 3?
God, I don't know if we're gonna get it because I like Read It or Weep.
I was Read It and
I
Weep.
like Xenon.
I'm Read It or Weep.
No.
Anna and I.
Like the concept of that movie was very memorable. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I loved the concept of that movie when I watched it when I was little. Always stuck with me.
Same.
And I would like to say, like, it's just something that, like, I feel like could relate to. And I'm comparing it with Xenon, not that that's it's just like not as realistic. I just felt like I was more connected to that movie.
I get it. Yeah.
Cheryl and I really like Xenon. First off, the costumes, if you compare it to some of the later ones, they're really like kooky, but this, like, they have good costumes, but it's like a believable world that they built.
Like, we were just rewatching it, like literally just now, and when we were going through it, Xenon really felt like we were like at Disneyland in like space, in the like Tomorrowland and Space Mountain and in Star Tours. Like, it felt like you were in that world with them, and it wasn't like overly like over the top like a couple other movies that we'll probably mention later on, where the costumes, like, they're too reliant on the costumes and sets.
And they have really smart references, like puns, like protozoa, nebula. They like call things like stardust and galactic, and they
I haven't seen it in a while. So why does she get sent down to Earth? Like, what does Xenon have to do?
They're like, we're grounding you, but they're literally grounding her to Earth.
Damn it!
It's phenomenal. They came up with their
so she gets grounded, and then she literally saves the space station with an earring that she accidentally picked up because they're dumpster divers with her like Earth boyfriend. And
is he cute?
There's a pop.
He's cute. He's cute.
And there's a pop star called Protozoa with the spiky tips.
And nostalgia-wise, I remember watching that for the first time and having to like count the Z's in the movie, because they were like little Easter eggs in the movie, and you just had to count like how many Z's were in the movie, and you like,
wow.
And that was the first Disney introduction to Little Raven Simone.
Yeah.
Her BFF.
You can't forget about Raven Simone. She rocks in that movie, as she always does.
Okay. I mean, I wish I had more to back up Read It and Weep why I like it. It's because I never got to it in my list.
Panabakers are weak.
Well, the Panabakers, that's not even the premise, like Anna was saying, is what stuck with me. As a child, I was a writer. And so the fact that this girl got a bestseller from a journal that she had literally inspired me to keep writing. And I don't know what other Disney Channel original movie could do that besides Read It or Weep, which is really weird because it's kind of a random movie.
We're on a space station.
Okay.
Because they need an anti-gravity chamber, and I am now a scientist.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to talk about
how realistic?
I'm a writer in spite of Read It and Weep.
I think Xenon gave me false hope. So.
About what, Anna?
I think that I'm so passionate for my love of Xenon that I think that they should redo Star Wars Land at Disney to make it a Xenon world. It is Xenon Girl of the 21st Century from Space Mountain.
I will
that
say
ride should be rebranded.
There's no other Disney movie that makes my hands sweat as much as Xenon.
What?
It's when you're watching it.
It's funny because I was watching that with my mom, and this will give away how my ranking with it. I was like, Mom, I want to watch Xenon next. And she said,
Done.
no.
4 minutes is up.
She said no, because she said it looks cheesy. And so I didn't watch it.
For what it is, it doesn't have like bad effects. Like,
Okay. Okay. I believe you.
Watch it?
Not this time around. I didn't watch it this time around. I had other stuff to get to because I knew I didn't need to, because I knew fans like you would come in and just sweep the floor with it. So with that, I'll vote with Xenon too, just because of their passion for it.
Passionate about it.
Just because of their passion.
Blonde's fighting for it, and Xenon's probably one of the only like.
She is.
Smart. Oh,
Power.
How does it feel to be outnumbered like that, Tatiana?
And yeah,
And Anna, us brunettes. I just realized the two brunettes were voting against.
this is a pattern. I'm gonna sense this.
I'm sensing a pattern.
A lot of the blondes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, Xenon is going to the next round with Gotta Kick It. That'll be good. We'll revisit. That's gonna be.
That's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be really hard. Okay, bracket number 3. This bracket is very dear to my heart because I watched both these movies recently, so I could tell you a lot about it. So bracket number 3 is Brink, and this is the 3rd ever Disney Channel movie to ever be released. It's about a kid who lives in Los Angeles who just wants to inline skate with his friends and be like a soul skater. He doesn't want to do it for money, but then when his parents kind of are strapped for cash, he overhears it and he wants to do something to help. So he wants to become sponsored, but it involves him working with his enemy. And then there's, races that ensue and stuff like that. So that's Brink, about inline skating. And his name is Brink. I thought that was entertaining. I was like, what? I was like, where does Brink come in? And that's his name. Cloud 9 is a more recent movie made in the 2010s. It has, it's snowboarding. And it's got Dove Cameron, who shows up a lot in these movies, I'll just say. Dove Cameron plays a female snowboarder who wants to compete. This is very entertaining. She is a snowboarder on a winning team that finds out that her dad's been rigging they've been rigging it so she keeps winning. So she finds out she's not good. So then she gets the help of a retired snowboarder named Will Cloud to teach her the move Cloud 9 so she can go on and win a competition and prove her old team wrong. So Brink, Cloud 9. There we go.
Question. This had to have been a random pairing, right?
Yes.
So they're both sports movies, which
I will get it when we debate it. I'll get into it even more because you're right, Cheryl. There's more to this than
I didn't realize until I was just looking at Sarah's thing, dog washing. They both end up dog washing.
I was just gonna say, I'll explain it all. It all.
Okay.
All right. Debate.
Okay, so the reason why it's really weird. So this is a random pairing between the two movies, but Brink, because it came first, it did inspire Cloud 9. So it is a retelling of that story, but for a newer audience. So both are good people, kids who want to do well. They have dog washing. They're sponsored by Hot Doggers and Puppin Suds are their two people. They both have literally the ending scene of the last race in each movie shot verbatim. Literally, like each shot they end on the same scene too. So it's definitely the exact same movie. And I watched them back to back, actually, not knowing that this was the case. And they are the same movie, but they do have their own differences, obviously. Brink is total 90s nostalgia with Venice Beach. The way they talk is so funny. It's actually in like their fashion, I thought was interesting because it's in now again. Yes. So all their clothes look normal to me. I really liked it. And when in my research, Brink has some of the highest ratings. And on some sites, it lists it as the best Disney Channel movie overall. Like Brink is the best one. And after watching it, I can see it because there's a lot of underlying messages that Brink, the kid, had to go through. Like his dad told him and he's a good kid. Like he's a good character. This Andy Brink is a good character. You like the guy, you want him to do well. But he learns that there's more, like he skates, he's not a skater. And as a athlete growing up, like I definitely went through the Tatiana plays soccer. She's not a soccer player. And like he had this whole meltdown, and I had the same thing growing up. So I thought it was really cool to see a movie address it the way, like if I had watched this movie when I was younger, I wouldn't been scared probably when it happened to me. But Cloud9 is like the brighter colored version of Brink. Right. So it's like there's a lot of more CGI, and like Shaun White produced it with Ashley Tisdale. Yeah, so they produced it. I do love snowboarding, so I thought that was fun. And I do love the premise that she was never good because they rigged it. I thought that was so funny. When I gasped out loud when I found that out. So did you guys watch these at all? Did you get to these?
I watched both of them, and it's funny because I watched them both like pretty much back to back, and I kind of got like the pickup, but they are different enough to where you don't like pick that up right away. Like I was surprised when
you didn't watch it.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. These are the same movie. They both have like their own different thing. I didn't grow up watching either of these, so they don't really have a nostalgia.
Neither did I.
Brink was a little too early, and Cloud9 was a little too late.
Yeah.
For us, or at least for me. But I don't know.
I think we always the OG is always the best, but Brink had really good milkshake throw.
Yes.
The theme was friendship and fun.
Yeah.
I felt a little sexual tension between Duckface and Brink in the final scene.
Wait, who? Who?
Okay, but if we're also going with the cute boy thing, both of these boys.
No, Cloud9 had a zaddy.
I texted you guys while watching Cloud9, and I said, you need to watch this movie. This boy is cute. And I found out he is from Netflix's Dumplin'. He plays the cute guy in Dumplin'.
The dad though.
What?
You know what? The one thing with Brink though that I have a hard time watching Brink.
4 minutes is up.
Okay, finish your thought.
Well, the boy from Brink is also in another beloved movie of ours that we were growing up. Not in an original movie, Disney Channel original, but he's also the jerkwad in Princess Diaries that kisses her, forces her into the light, and like makes her get a scandal. So I had a really hard time watching.
My mom pointed that out immediately. My mom's like, "That's the guy."
On Cloud9. I wrote down that it feels like it's almost to like Hallmark movie, which I feel like is like Disney Channel growing up. There was also a really good kiss. The kiss.
I like how we're sexualizing
children movies.
Yeah.
Love it.
Makes it better.
Cool.
So guys, who wins? I think it's hard because they're both the same. It's like, it's a father and son. It's like they're the same, but who wins?
Zaddy wins. Brink.
Okay.
Brink.
Well, Zaddy wins, but we should be going off of all factors.
So Brink
was in Cloud9, but Brink is the zaddy.
Brink is the zaddy.
I think it has to be Brink because Brink also is the one that inspired, I think, all the other like sports movies that we're gonna get to later, which were also very impactful.
Yeah. I'm for Brink. I wasn't a Cloud9 watcher, so that's probably why.
Okay.
Anna is just gonna pick the ones that she's
seen.
That's fine.
I'm sorry, I did not have time to rewatch them all, but I do have strong opinions about the ones.
We love that.
I don't have a pros and cons list for everything. I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine.
All these movies, so.
But I like the attractiveness factor because it's really helping me sway.
Yeah. I mean, the dumpling guy is really cute, but also the guy, and he's so cute too. But he was a jerk, and it was such a struggle.
It's hard. It maybe in the newer. This is what Disney Channel. This is just assigned to Disney Channel. You need to hire hotter actors for dads to get all of the demographics. Let's be real here.
Yes,
all of them. Okay, great. Brink. So Brink wins that round. That was hard. I kind of like both of them. So that one, Cloud9 is a good movie. But we're right because we should have picked Brink anyway because that is why Cloud9 even happened, is because of Brink. Okay, bracket number 4. This is the one with the big synopsis, but I'm going to narrow it down because I think I remember the plot of the movie. So we have one of the highest, another very high opening night rating is for the Wizards of Waverly Place, the movie, Disney Channel original movie. If you don't know the show, it's about 3 young wizards who have to compete in a family. They're all related to see who keeps their powers. It's Selena Gomez's like rise to fame. She plays the character of Alex Russo, who's one of my favorite characters and probably one of the reasons I am the way I am. But in this movie, I think she wishes her parents never met, which is it's a weird way. We'll get into that. Okay. She wishes her parents never met. And stuff ensues from there while they're on vacation in the Caribbean. So a lot of stuff happens and she needs the help of her brothers to basically like undo what trouble she's done. Cause that's Alex Russo for you completely. What it's going against is Lemonade Mouth. So this is a movie about 5 high school students. One of them is Bridget Medler and Haley Kiyoko. They form a music group and they prepare to compete against another popular rock band. It's got a lot of catchy songs also in it. So already, are we ready?
All right. Debate.
I want to say I'm really surprised that you pulled Wizards of Waverly Place in here because we don't have any other movies that are from series in this list. And I thought we were just going to like cut those out, but you pulled in Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah.
Either way, I think Lemonade Mouth wins because the songs are super catchy. It has a really lovely like Friends theme about it.
It's a breakfast club, right? They meet in detention.
Waverly Place. I realized that when the parents, they don't know each other, they're Mama G and Marky Mark.
Yeah.
So I think
is how I imagine your parents.
Yeah.
So it's funny you say that because growing up, I think, like I said, Alex Russo is the way I am. Growing up, everyone would say that movie or that TV show was like our life at the Goldman house because it's a Latina woman marries a white man who doesn't know what's going on, but means well. And then they have 3 kids. One's really smart and a brainiac. That's Tona. One is sarcastic and an asshole. That's me. And the third one is just the youngest and cute and is just there. And that's Brianna. So there was a lot of parallels growing up. And so that we definitely got that all the time, that like their parents were my parents. And I still think that. So I included Wizards on here because it was a beloved franchise for Disney. And like I said, it was one of the highest ratings. So when I did research, their name kept popping up over and over again for like best Disney Channel movie. I've seen it a few times, but not recently. So that's why it's like, I can't really help it too much here, but I have seen Lemonade Mouth a while ago. And I just kind of felt it was like kind of following like a Camp Rock formula, only because Camp Rock was before it. And that did really well. So they kind of just like kept going. But the songs were good. Like they had some good bops and stuff from it.
They have to be good. Otherwise, like, we can't judge everything off the songs.
No, because there are musicals on this list that the music is not good.
Yeah, not good. Not
good. Can I say one thing? The mom from Wizards of Waverly Place looks like you, Tatiana. I've thought about that.
The mom does? So good.
I think about it because I knew about you talking about them briefly before, and you really like Alex Russo.
I knew about you.
I love Alex Russo.
But yeah, the mom like looks like you, and it's just funny. But yeah, I want to hear more of.
I did write down that Alex sucks, but she learned her lesson at the end of this movie.
I love when she learned her lesson.
I mean,
that was my favorite thing.
It is absolutely heartbreaking at the end when she's got to learn that lesson, and it's like the whole thing, and you're just like crying because you're like, oh my god.
See, I think that's why it deserves a place on this list, because it goes through that whole thing, and it provides a kind of ending, or like I know there's another movie that comes out of this called like Alex versus Alex or whatever, but that's gone. That's not real. This provides another layer onto the TV show. You know what I mean? Like it gives audiences a whole nother look at them in a different setting. So I thought that was pretty interesting that they would go that route because of that. And it's Selena Gomez. Like, I like her. I like her a lot.
Because I still think Lemonade Mouth is a better just movie in general. The cast is really good. Well, aside from Bridget Medler, the cast is really good. And
I like Bridget Medler. Wait. What's your deal with Bridget Medler?
She's bland. I don't know. She's just not my. But all the other characters are amazing. The arc that the other girl goes through, I can't remember, the one who plays Jasmine in the new Aladdin. The arc that she goes through is very empowering and very strong. She like breaks up with her boyfriend and like realizes she's not exactly what her parents are telling her, and that's okay.
4 minutes is up.
This one's hard.
I think
guys.
it has a lot of good character buildup and good friendship that you don't all have to be the same, which I think we all can agree is a good message, that we don't all have to be the same to be good friends.
Yeah.
That's true. You do make a good point there.
I don't have opinions, but I'm kind of leaning towards Wizards on this.
I want to say Wizards, and this is why I say Wizards. Well, Alex Russo, but also because I rather watch this family go through another stupid adventure than have to watch Lemonade Mouth again. Like, I rather watch whatever the Russos do.
Never watch Wizards of Waverly Place, the movie again.
You never watch.
I would.
So I really liked the show, of course. The movie was not my favorite movie, but we pair it against, like, I don't know if it's gonna make it very far, but wouldn't pair it against
I agree. I don't know if it'll make it very far.
I think like the whole idea, like I said, like with Alex learning a lesson each time, it's almost like there's some other Disney Channel shows like that where, like, you know, you have that naughty character that needs to learn a lesson, and like they really showed that in the movie, and I do appreciate that.
You're right. Anna brings up a good point. It's one of the only movies where the protagonist is also the antagonist.
Yes.
Like, she's not likable. It's not like Brink. The guy was great. The guy was so nice. And then Alex Russo is like the complete opposite.
Yeah.
I vote for Wizards.
I didn't think either of them were gonna like win the whole thing, so I don't really care that much about that one.
No. We'll see what happens with that. Okay, here we go. Next one. This one is going to be real fun. Okay, bracket number 5, everybody. So it's Halloween Town, which is a cult classic, like, that has extended out of Disney for sure. It's about a young witch who finds out she is a witch from her grandma, Debbie Reynolds, who then goes to the town, Halloween Town, that her grandma lives in, and basically, spends time there. Oh, she's 13. Yeah. Like, she basically wants to become a witch, but then trouble ensues in the town and stuff happens from there. Then you have the underdog in this bracket, Avalon High, which is about a girl named Allie who transfers to this high school called Avalon High. She soon realizes that her new classmates are reincarnations of King Arthur and his court. And now she must like band together to defeat the antagonist, whose name is Mordred. It's based on a Meg Cabot novel, actually. So, bracket number 5.
All righty. Debate.
I hate Tatiana so much because Avalon High is near and dear to my heart because it's Camelot, which, as we know from previous podcast episodes, is my favorite thing. And I was so excited when Disney did this and it was actually really good. But then you pair it with Halloween Town and it gets knocked out for me in the first bracket. In the first round.
I did not do this on purpose. And I did not do it on purpose because I also, Cheryl, really like Avalon High. It was one of the ones I rewatched again.
Really? I wouldn't be
really liked it.
Winning, but I think
Halloween Town, I love it. I watch it every year. I don't know if it's a good movie outside of a holiday.
You're right. That's why this is hard, because I don't know.
That's a good point. True. It's so hard though, because the nostalgia thing on Halloween Town is so high. It's so like Avalon with the nostalgia is at the bottom. Although the cute boys for Avalon High has it.
Greg Skulkin.
You can't beat Greg Skulkin. Whatever his name is, you can't beat him at all.
I think it's funny because rewatching Avalon High, I realized that plot was very interesting to me. Like I was just like, that's not something they thought of. And then I realized it was a book. I was like, that's why. And it seems like it's a movie that's not a Disney Channel original movie. And it was like released separately. Like I feel like that movie could have gone to the theaters and been fine. Because that's also Britt Robertson was in that movie, and she's gone on to do a lot of other stuff. I also this is just a side note for Avalon High, really like the setting of the town they're in. It's so pretty. I looked it up online. They're in New Zealand. So
of course,
that's why. So pretty. So I liked it.
Twists. And not just who was hard, but who was Mordred or whatever.
And my mom really, I asked my mom after our viewing marathon, I said, what's your favorite movies? And her immediate response was Avalon High, because she just liked, it was just like a nice little storyline. And you could follow the main character, Allie. She was pretty easy to like or follow along with too. Like, it wasn't like she wasn't making scary mistakes or like being weird. She was just
were really good in it. Like they were the perfect kind of involvement, but like weren't like, I don't know.
Yeah.
They were
and Halloween Town. No, what were you gonna say?
I'm really glad that you guys are actually fighting for Avalon High, because I've always felt like it's one of those movies that people don't give enough credit to, and I always really liked it, but I thought I always liked it just because literary.
I did not give enough credit. I did not remember that it was a DCOM. I thought it was just a movie that I saw in my childhood.
I'm so happy that you guys are my friends.
No, I
this fight to Avalon High, because it's in my heart and always has been. Halloween Town will always be our favorite Halloween movie. Or Hocus
It's so true. It's so true though. Like Sarah said, Halloween Town is a cult classic by all means of the word. But when you put it against Disney Channel original movies, it doesn't hit. It doesn't hit as well as like we said, Avalon High. Like Avalon High is probably one of the most underrated Disney Channel original movies out there, if not the most. Like if you ask people about it, no one knows at all what it is or what's going on. So I mean,
watch Avalon High.
Watch Avalon High. I think this one's unanimous, guys. Can I mark it?
We didn't spoil the twist.
Time.
Yeah, we didn't even spoil the twist. Look at that.
I'm very proud of us for that.
That was us growing as people, was what that was.
I gotta tell you guys right now, another upset. Wow. I'm shocked.
Yeah, Daniel's just like, who are you people?
But
I'm surprised, but I'm happy that we chose that one.
I am too. I feel good. Okay. Now going into bracket number 6. This is another fun bracket because it's the lesser known Disney Channel original movies. Anna's already to go. Okay. Bracket number 6. We have Cowbells, which is 2 spoiled sisters are made to work in their family business after their absence of their father. When someone empties their bank accounts, they basically track down the culprit to save the business. So it's basically a Cinderella, they were really rich, and then it's the opposite Cinderella story. They're really rich and then they became really poor. It's like that age-old story of it. So it stars the Ali and AJ Milshaka, who were really big back in the early 2000s.
Super big.
So big. We released a song, the F word in it.
Wow.
So that's Cowbells. And then we have Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, which was a staple when they reran Disney Channel movies. This one was always one of them that they showed. It's a junior high school student named Eddie, is an aspiring baseball player, but he truly loves to cook. And so basically he wants to pursue culinary skills, but he wants to play, they want him to play baseball, and so it interferes. And what is it? Yeah, so if I remember right, he presses with his cooking. He enters a high-profile competition, which is the $1 Million Cook-Off. So it's just basically about a jock who wants to do something else, but society tells him, just play baseball. So that's Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off. Okay.
Before you give your thoughts, everyone except for Sarah, can we listen to Sarah's cons for Cowbells, because
they're beautiful.
You need to hear
put them already. Put the timer on. Let's go.
Wait.
Right.
Well, this doesn't have to be a part of the debate. Well, I guess it can be.
Yeah, it can be part of
Yeah.
All right.
It's a huge debate.
Time.
All right, let's go, Sarah.
My comms for cowbells. Well, we've seen this story. It's a story tell us all the time, like Material Girls, that one with Lava Girl.
Material Girls. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for the word Material Girls. I couldn't
It
think of
didn't age well because nobody eats dairy anymore.
She's straight up thought of that.
She's straight up said.
It sounds like you were trying to find a problem and couldn't.
That's so
But I also
funny.
have that like working in a dairy factory is actually hard. So they're not just like, oh no, we
It's
lost
hard
our
work.
money.
Yeah,
They like
yeah.
have to do work.
But remember, we don't eat dairy anymore. So that's a
so
pretty
funny. That's so funny.
I don't know. Cowbells is always fun to watch. Allie and AJ are always fun
Yeah.
to watch. It is fun to see
I
them.
love Eddie's
Bumble.
$1 million cook-off.
It's my
Eddie's $1 million
my
cook-off.
favorite.
Come on, it's
That
so
is-
funny.
Chocolate chicken? Chocolate chicken.
Okay,
It's like
the concept of like this is similar to, it's just better than like, like, oh, I act and I play sports. Sorry, I'm not bagging on like
High School
another
Musical. But
yes, but I'm just saying like it's a great concept, and because we're involving the kitchen.
yeah,
There's really good cooking terminology.
Yes.
it breaks stereotypes
is.
because he wants to be in the kitchen. That's not something.
Okay, one
that
of
you
the cons
see
I
very
have
often.
was they keep saying, it's just weird. And they're saying, it's gay, Eddie. But
That is true. With the older Disney movies, you can tell that they mean something else, or like they'll allude to other things, and then they'll say, "Yeah, I caught on."
The overarching, and unless you recently watched it, I don't know if you know this, but the dad is the one that like emasculates him,
Yeah.
and like the whole baseball team. But there's 2 girls on the baseball team, and he always says, "You throw like a girl," and the girl throws her hat down and is like, "You can't. That's not an insult." Yeah, I throw like a girl, and I run like a girl, and and they all team up against the coach. And one guy's like, "Yeah, my dad is a nurse, and he saves lives."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So breaking stereotypes is like the biggest thing of that.
That's nice.
And
I
I'll
like
never-
that.
I always try to crack an egg with one hand now.
And there's not 1, but 2 food fight scenes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
All right, you had me at 2 food fights. I'll
That
vote
was the
for
last thing you
Eddie's.
said, Tatiana.
I'm sorry, Tatiana, do you have an opinion about this?
No, I got nothing. I got
What
nothing.
movie Anna watched?
Okay,
But
so
I do love cowbells. This is
Me
another
too.
tough one for
Okay.
me. It's just Eddie is so good.
Cowbells is great, but it doesn't, the overarching theme, the
Yeah.
moving on to the next bracket.
Yeah, I will say I grew up with cowbells and I really liked cowbells. I don't know. It's just probably because it's Allie and AJ and my sisters and I just watched that all the time. I only saw Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off like a couple times when it was being re-aired. But I still think it's a great movie. Like I still like both of them. So yeah, I think Eddie's is fine to be the winner. That works for me. Fun.
You don't,
That
yeah.
works for
You
me.
don't-
I love the passion, so I'm not gonna derail Eddie.
Team cowbells, and I got scared. 'cause I was
No.
passionate about
I
Eddie.
was really passionate.
No, I love the passion on Eddie's, and I didn't know those scenes that you guys talked about. I totally did not remember them at all. So that's really cool. I think it's fun to see the nostalgic movies having scenes like that. Because you think that you're fighting all these social issues right now, but in reality, we've been doing this since like way back when. I think that's fun.
So good. You're both good, but
So
Eddie.
quality.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. We're
Okay.
No one
Here.
Very interesting.
Bracket number 7. Okay, here we go.
You need to stop putting your because Sarah keeps pulling up her notes and they're distracting me because they're so funny and I'm just trying to think about this.
Sarah's funny.
She called no, okay. See? Go. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Bracket number 7. So we have the 3rd movie in the Halloween Town franchise, Halloween Town High. Main character Marnie organizes a student exchange program between the Mortal High School and Halloween Town High School, Halloween Town High School. And basically, they're the first students to participate in this program that are all just supernatural kids and stuff. So they come into the real world and obviously trouble ensues. And then we have Johnny Tsunami, which is from the 90s, one of the original Disney Channel movies. It's about a young Hawaiian surfer named Johnny Kapahala. And he gets a rude awakening when his dad takes him from Hawaii and they relocate to Vermont. And then he basically takes up snowboarding and beats up all the private school kids there because they're snotty and awful. And he has a great wise Hawaiian grandfather. I have to include that because that's a very big part of Johnny Tsunami, because that is the movie is titled after is the grandfather, which totally didn't see that coming, honestly. So yeah, bracket number 7. Dun dun.
All right, ladies. Debate.
Johnny Tsunami.
Johnny Tsunami.
I guess we could talk about the reasons why. Sam and his cool hat. I wanted that cool hat.
Yes. Johnny Tsunami is great because I actually watched this movie today. It's so good because it not only has surfing footage, but snowboarding footage. His scenes where he goes down the hills when he's like not that great at them are hilarious because he does these somersaults but gets right back on the board, and it is so real to real life. Like that's actually how it works. And so I thought that was really funny. They included those. And the grandpa is so wise that I want a Hawaiian grandfather to tell me.
Or what's the grandpa version of a zaddy? Daddy?
A grandzaddy.
Grandzaddy.
We don't know.
Grandzaddy. There is a big grandzaddy. And another thing is that there's this big overarching theme in Johnny Tsunami where you take a person who is basically an outsider who doesn't fit in, like he doesn't look like he fits in and he doesn't act like he fits in. You put him into this very like homogeneous mixture, and they keep telling him, you need to just like shape up and be like the rest of us. Like do what we say, like follow these people, don't hang out with these people. And the kid's like, no, I'm not going to do that. And he's right the entire time. That's the crazy part, is that all of the authority figures in his life, like his dad was kind of a weirdo in the beginning of the movie, but then turned okay in the end. But like the principal, the headmaster, like just all these people were just telling him like, you need to just like get in line. But that was so wrong. I was like, why would he want to be like those kids, the private school kids, and ski when he wanted to snowboard with the public school kids? And it's
there is a similar theme in Halloween Town High, where you get a group of kids coming
you're right.
That they have to, but they're like not
Visually, though, they fit in the high school, and I think one of like the funniest like visual scenes is like when Johnny goes to school in like Hawaiian t-shirts.
Oh
yes. Oh my God. And in the end, when he's competing against the skier, the private school skier, all of his snowboard buddies show up and they're all wearing Hawaiian shirts to support him. And I was like,
But I did write down what kid gets made fun of for being from Hawaii. Because
I know!
High school, they'd be so cool.
They'd be like, they have so many questions. And
Also,
like,
Hawaii, those rich white kids, their grandparents own Hawaii.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, why are they being like, okay, that was another part where it made me hate like all the kids really, like they did their job. Like I didn't like any of those kids because of that. They kept making fun of them for being from Hawaii. And my mom halfway through the movie is like, why are they doing that? That's so stupid. I'm like, yeah, Mom, it is. It's not real. That's not real. Whatever that is not real, because they would never do that. But Johnny Tsunami is a movie, like if we're going Sarah criteria, it has held up throughout time. And I would show that movie to like a young kid. Like if I was babysitting, thank God I would never do that. But if I was, I'd put on Johnny Tsunami and be like, watch this, be better, do something.
Learn a lesson.
Have this wise grandpa tell you what's up. I want one.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a bracket where I could never watch Johnny Tsunami again and I'll be fine. Halloween Town High has more of a nostalgia for me, but I don't really care who wins out of the two. If you were just asking me by myself, I'd say Halloween Town High because I like the
Time.
the whole thing, but
I get it.
yeah, it's Tsunami.
Johnny Tsunami. All right. Johnny's in Halloween Town High. If no one has seen it, go watch Halloween Town High. It's definitely a good sequel, I think, to the Halloween Town franchise. Like, whereas some of them are like, they're not great. Halloween Town High is a solid movie.
Hellbar's Revenge is not good. You can skip that. Straight to Halloween Town High. Go right
to Halloween Town High.
What's his face? Cute, and what's his name? The blonde guy that's also in High School Musical.
Oh, Lucas Grabeel is in that film.
He's always cute and fun to watch.
Yeah, he's a good actor. He's just a good actor.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Bracket number 8. We're halfway through, everybody. It gets easier after we go through this. And it's actually going to get harder. These brackets, I'm looking at them. They're going to get hard. They're getting harder.
Yeah,
so,
it's already been hard. I don't know.
Even this is great. So, okay. Bracket number 8. This might be a landslide. It might not be. We'll find out. So, Descendants 2 is a movie. This is funny because Descendants 1 hasn't come up yet, but here's Descendants 2. Basically, it's all of the kids of the villains in Disney lore. All are, a thing. They live on the island, the Isle of the Lost with all the other bad people, and they want to go to school like Halloween Town High. They want to go to school at the nice school. So they do a little exchange program.
They don't want to.
Oh, sorry. They don't want to. The nice people are trying to get them to come by showing initiative or something.
They're
it's
rehabilitating the kids.
Yeah, they're taking them out and they're putting them in the school. So they picked a bunch of them. So that's the premise of the first movie, which we'll see in a minute. But the second movie is those kids now hang out in the nice land. The bad kids hang out in the nice land and they like it. They're doing well. But the other kids who never got brought over in the exchange program are kind of pissed. And so it's the daughter of Ursula, which is pretty cool. And she comes over with the other bad kids who never got a chance and fight the other ones. So there's Descendants 2. Then there's Pixel Perfect, which is another underdog, unknown kind of Disney Channel original movie. It's got the guy from Phil of the Future in it. Ricky Ullman, I think his name is. And when this girl's band isn't going well and she's not getting really any recognition, her friend, Phil of the Future guy, makes a fictional a fictional lead singer that's a hologram. They call her Loretta, and she's a huge success. Even when people find out she's not real. So she's just great. And then pretty soon stuff happens. The real girl is jealous of her, and so on. So Pixel Perfect. So, all right.
All right. I've been saying debate, but you guys aren't really debating. You guys are more concurring. So instead I will say discuss.
Discuss. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just watched Pixel Perfect today, and I really liked it. And I got to give a special shout out to Phil the Future wearing glasses. He was.
Oh my god!
It's so true.
So if we're gonna start off debating the cute boys, I melt, literally melt for Hook's son in Descendants.
Oh!
Literally, anytime he's on screen, I just oh
Who
God,
is Hook's son again?
His name is Thomas Doherty. He's also a bad guy in High School.
Yes. He is actually Irish in real life, right? He's got a accent.
He's got that.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, he does. Yes, he did.
No, well, couldn't remember.
He did. He definitely did. And he's just an amazing dancer. And Descendants 2 is definitely.
It's a really good movie.
That Pixel Perfect had good themes that are still relevant.
Yes.
Bad
body
dancing.
image. About body image, that what
Yes.
you want is in front of your face. You can't make perfection. And that we should be wary of technology.
I don't know. The girl, I don't know about the body image thing because the girl said that the girl was fat. And
that was rude.
That was rude.
And it's still perpetual. That's still, I don't know. It's because the girl is also still tiny. Super. I don't know. Pixel Perfect it's not my favorite.
Descendants is too.
I just watched both of them more recently. Those are two of the ones that I hadn't seen before. So I just picked them up. But Descendants 2, you like, this is going to be a theme in a lot of them. Like, I have a really like dance background, and the second Kenny Ortega hit the scene with Disney Channel movies, you can't beat that. Like, we were watching Pixel Perfect, and I was so turned off by how bad the dancing was that I couldn't eat. And the whole point was that she was supposed to be a good dancer. And like the perfect dancer.
She would just be the perfect person.
The perfect performer.
She was supposed to be what a 13-year-old boy thinks is a good dancer.
Terrible. I couldn't watch
But
her
Descendants
dance.
too, like, what is this engaged to be engaged bullshit? Why are we making 13-year-olds?
Oh yeah, I don't know what that is. But it's also, they live in that Disney lure, or that fairy tale lure. So it made sense that that's what it was, because that's where they lived.
It was the cotillion, which is basically what that meant too.
Cotillions are terrifying.
It's the person that you go with is, it's like supposed to be a wedding.
Like, why can't they use magic? Nobody can explain. Like, why don't they?
Wait, what? Oh, why?
They just don't use magic.
Some of them have magic, and some of them don't.
But she hides it and acts like it's bad, but they never explain why.
Oh no, they did, because she was using it to like cut corners for a lot of things.
Yeah,
and she wasn't being her true self.
Then
no, I mean, they use it, but they just don't choose to use it because they have other things that they're like working on. I know. No, it's because
it's also on the isle, or like the main island. I forgot what the nice town is called, but in Descendants, the nice area.
Eridon.
What's it called? Eridon.
Yeah.
Eridon. So in Eridon, if I remember right, they all try to coexist, so they don't use magic as much as everyone. And Isle of the Lost had a barrier around it that didn't let you use magic. So those kids never grew up with it. So when they came, they were still kind of put under that thing where they couldn't use it because they thought that they would just run rampant and try to rule the world.
Too, and I don't want to back down on that, because
this is so.
I hate the costumes.
Pixel Perfect.
I hate the costumes in Descendant 1, but Descendant 2 is better.
They're all the same.
No, they're better.
Pixel Perfect.
I say Descendants 2.
I say this
because I know we didn't get to any of my thoughts, but one of my thoughts is that I really like China Anne McClain, and she shows up in the second movie.
So good.
In Descendants 2.
So good.
And she, in her outfit as Ursula's daughter, is one of the most badass things I've ever seen. And it's kind of cheesy when she turns into a giant monster, but I think that's the allure of a Disney Channel movie, is the cheesy factor. And that's what kids are watching now. And I was like, they're in good hands. Descendants 2, that's fine. And I'm going to be really sad for a second. Seeing the cute little guy in it, the Cruella de Vil's son, really made me happy.
Carlos.
He is no longer with us anymore. He died. And so seeing him in that movie made me happy. And it's funny because we watched the Descendants when I watched them all. We did 1, 2, 3 all in like one night, each 3 days. And my dad walked into the room every time we were watching it, and he's like, "Who's that guy?" And we were like, "Oh, that's, so and so. You wouldn't know him." And he's all, "I like that guy. I like that guy." So we get to the third movie, and we had to tell my dad that he was dead. And my dad's like, "What? He's what?" And we were like, "Yeah." We had to tell him. I couldn't let him live like that any longer.
It won't be Johnny Tsunami.
What?
Fine.
Oh, yeah. I like Pixel Perfect though. I really do. That's why I put it on this list, because I think it's a good movie. But when we're rolling the dice here, I like Descendants 2 more than Descendants 1. And I see that's coming up. So I'd rather vote for Descendants 2 than anything. So I'm voting for Descendants 2.
Oh, wait, we haven't decided. Oh, wait, did we decide?
Yeah, it's
Descendants
Descendants 2.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty, here we go. Next bracket. Oh no, the next bracket's terrifying.
Yeah, see, I know my answer.
Guys, this is bad.
How do you already know your answer? I
think
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
Discuss.
No. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
Daniel wants to see this happen so
No,
much. Okay.
I jumped the gun. Go ahead. Synopsis.
Okay, really quickly, bracket 9 is Johnny Capala back on board. It's the sequel to Johnny Tsunami. Basically, he comes back to Hawaii and has Jake T. Austin as his uncle, who's also 12 years old, who's really into dirt boarding, and the kid is a punk, and Johnny gets him out of trouble, and then ends up racing this adult male who, it's Johnny Capola back on board. So then we have Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior, with Brenda Song in it. She is a popular all-around, like, great high school girl running for homecoming queen. That's like her dream. But then it turns out she is part of a old prophecy, a Chinese prophecy. That means she's a reincarnated warrior that has to defeat a guy from an age-old curse thing, and monks are sent to help her. So that's your bracket 9 for you.
All right. Discuss.
Tatiana, I swear to God, I don't know how these are my.
I don't know how they did them. Do you really like
top 5 Disney Channel movies right here? I know, but they're in the top 5.
Are
Johnny
these
Capola
two?
and Wendy Wu are like, have always been, will always be so near and dear, because Johnny Capola gets hot.
Yeah, he does.
Here we go again.
He's hot. And dirtboarding is such a neat thing.
It is cool.
Watch. But then Brenda Song kicks ass. Like,
she kicks ass.
Is a warrior prince, like queen.
Did you guys realize that the Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior scenes were the fight scenes were so well choreographed for a Disney film?
By the Power Ranger choreographer.
That's how great they were.
They're so good.
They're good.
So good.
I felt like John Wick had that kind of choreography. Like, that's how I felt. I was like, John Wick guy probably started here.
Is important to me because that's how I found Johnny Tsunami, because this one came out when I was watching.
Johnny Capola back on board is so much better than Johnny Tsunami.
I don't think so.
It's like,
I don't know about that.
So uplifting.
It is.
Inspiring. No, I don't care about the original one. That's not inspiring at all. Like, I couldn't care less.
I think Cheryl just has the hots for hot Johnny.
I do. It's so, like, I watched it and I was like, both of these movies, I was so motivated after watching both of that. I'm
Wendy Wu, I liked the soccer scenes because I played soccer.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
With like the choreo, I think it ages well. I think Brenda's the leading role.
I would
agree with that.
She was like a bubblegum dumb like character for a long time on Sweet Life. That when she got this character, it was like, oh my god, like, please, more.
There's lots of them. Like the whole family goes through like, oh, we like hit our culture and like
that's.
I thought that secret. So I really like Wendy Wu. I like Johnny Capola too. And I like Wendy Wu though, because they do. So you have this child movie that also touches on a very deep subject of like forgetting your culture to blend in, or like trying to be the American family. So you lose it. Assimilate, and you try to lose it kind of thing. And it was crazy watching them go through that and then finding it again, like her parents. This was her parents that were like, we had a whole arc that was like her parents, and I thought that was pretty entertaining. Like, that was very interesting to see them do that, knowing that my own family has gone through that same thing. So watching that again on TV, I thought that was very entertaining. Like, I was like, wow, that's awesome. And I think Wendy Wu made me laugh a lot because the guy, what's his name, the monk who comes to help her, he's funny. His comedic timing is really good. And he just was like really stoic, and he would just deliver his lines.
A transformation scene. I love a good makeover.
Yep. And everyone was like, from monk to hunk. And they were just like.
My vote is for Wendy.
I say Wendy. Is that a dog? I heard.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I heard Shelby say Wendy Wu. I heard that.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, you're good. What did Anna?
To be out of my hands. I didn't want to pick that one.
We'll choose for you.
We backed you up.
Yeah. I'm happy with either one of them winning. So Wendy's.
Okay. Yeah, Johnny Capola is a good movie too. I watched that today. The only thing is that kid was a
I love any use of
JT Austin.
I love that his uncle is younger than him. That's funny.
Yeah, I do too. I thought that was funny. And Johnny
wife is a babe.
Yep.
Yeah, she is. My dad walked in. He was all, "Oh, is that who's that?" And we were like, "That's Grandpa's girlfriend." And he's like, "Oh, Grandpa!" Like, what the hell? Yeah. I was like, this is hilarious. And also, side on Johnny Capola, it was really funny because he was a 17-year-old who thought a 12-year-old was just too much. Like, he was like, kids these days, am I right? And I thought that was so funny because I did that as a 17-year-old. I was like, kids these days, they're the worst. And JT Austin was the worst. That is true. Okay. Bracket 10. Here we go. So this is Twitches, the movie with Tia and Tamara Mowry. They are reunited on their 21st birthday. Their twin sisters separated at birth because they both have magical powers and they're from a different parallel universe. And in their kingdom, there is darkness that is basically trying to kill their mom and stuff. So and it all takes place near Halloween. So it's like a Halloween movie.
Halloween.
Yeah, twin witches, Twitches.
Their birthday is Halloween.
Yes, their birthday is Halloween. So then, okay, so that's Twitches. And then we have Teen Beach Movie, which is a couple of surfers are mysteriously transported into a beach party movie, like in the 1960s, where opponents break into song and dance as they battle for the beach hangout. So that's bracket 10.
All right.
Discuss. Twitches.
Teen Beach Movie.
Shut up. Okay, stop.
No, really? I think Teen Beach Movie is better.
Tell us why, because I need to know
As
why.
somebody who hates musicals, they have a song that makes fun of musicals, even though it's a musical.
Is that all it takes for you?
No, I think it's like a kitschy. It's one of the highest rating, and honestly, it's not my favorite, but I think it's better than Twitches. Twitches, like, there's lots of plot holes. The darkness, what is that? Bad CGI. Their magic is all willy-nilly.
The uncle who plays the darkness terrifies me to this day.
I read that. It's scary. It's scary. I don't like scary.
He's good.
I like the Grease vibes of Teen Beach Movie.
Yeah, but I don't know. There literally are Teen Beach movies from 1960s that this took after.
No, but like, what's so funny is that they're making fun of it. But like they're
okay.
Not.
That was what the movie was originally. Making fun of them.
I think like for the humor part, like I do remember watching this movie and feeling that like I could relate. I'm laughing at something. We're making fun of it, but it's not valid enough to like go against. I don't know.
The only thing I remember from Twitches is the whatever major loser.
Iconic.
That is iconic. But also back to like actual good actors, Ross Lynch and like Maya, they go on to be actual real people.
I don't.
Where did those twins go?
They're in.
Tia and Tamara are institutions of American television.
Come on now.
Twitch isn't my favorite, but also just like getting back, like Twitches. The story in it is so bad.
I thought it was insane. The twist ending there in the end. I thought that was crazy in Twitches.
The detail in Twitches is actually really strong. Like the storytelling of it is actually like it's a full story, like all the way through. And I have to give it up to Disney for doing something with that much of a story idea and concept into like a very successful movie.
Twin Witches, how revolutionary.
Witches.
All right. Let's put it
No. What are Tatiana's
But
thoughts?
also the like in Teen Beach Movie, the girl goes and she's like, you can't just do all this for guys. Like, you guys can't just be like little pretty little things that guys do.
But there aren't even
what does
guys
Twitches teach you?
Twitches.
That you want to be a Twitch?
No, that you have to be
I am
power
jealous.
of sisterhood.
I don't have a fucking sister.
I know.
Who are we?
My friends.
But see, like maybe I'm impartial to like movies with twins because I always wanted a twin because
Wait, what are Tatiana? We didn't let you have talk last
she said
time.
So when I talked about, before we started, I talked about a dummy bracket. This was my dummy bracket because I absolutely do not like Teen Beach Movie.
Me neither.
But it's funny because I love Ross Lynch. I respect Maya Mitchell. I think they're great actors and stuff. And I just think this movie is, I know this movie is a caricature and a kind of like critique on that culture that we don't go for anymore, because like we were saying, why do you do this for guys? What's going on here? So I saw what they were trying to do. They were trying to really get in there and analyze it and bring it to the modern world and be like, this is not right. This is weird. Like Maya Mitchell's character does that the entire time. What they did though was create kind of like a cheesy kind of, like, they didn't hit the mark. I saw the mission, I saw their vision board, but I don't think they actually did it.
I think they did it harder, but I don't like Twitches.
I just think that Teen Beach Movie, I can't ever watch it all the way through. It's so hard to get through for me.
Twitches for me.
No, I love Twitches.
I watched both of them all the way through.
I didn't watch the second one.
We're putting it to Twitches. And
Twitches. All right, Twitches.
I will admit,
Twitches went in. I don't think Twitches will get all the way, but I mean, it's better than Teen Beach Movie.
All right, I'm ready for this one. Let's go hard.
To be continued.